Right, let's try this, guys. How are we? I'm here for another review on some more things I've got here. I'm going to start off reviewing this one, which is the Preston Competition Pro 50-inch Brolly. And I have to say, it's been used quite a few times over the last couple of weeks in matches and what have you. I've needed it. I did have an old decrepit Kennett's fucking 40-inch green thing that, yeah, it kept you dry in a drizzle, but not much else. This thing, however, is way, way, way better. It's not a Guru, it's not a Drennan, so it's that, I'm going to say a little step below them, because, well, it's what I got for Christmas. I'm not going to complain. It was a present, and I'm happy with it, and I love it. So what it has, anyway, on its features are a Velcro strap to keep it all in tight. You have the little cloth sort of bag, so it doesn't come in a carry bag like some of them do, but cloth bag. In here as well, there are some pins, some screw down pins for pinning it down behind you, and I'll show you why in a minute. So you've got your ground spike, which is, if I just undo that, sits there. That's your ground spike for digging it in and having it upright if you're in a normal muddy area, which we don't tend to have too many of them around here that are just pure mud that you can get a thing in. Most of it's rock, but because I'm on a seat box, it doesn't matter really what the ground spike's like. It's very shallow spike on that. It's only a small little spike. I'll show you it in a minute in close up. And then the Brolly, once you get it up, it's like that. And as you can see, it's a substantial size. Keeps you dry. And the thing is, when you have it locked to the side of your box like that, if you will, as you can see, it comes out way beyond my legs, so you've not got that inevitable drip coming off the sides onto your legs and your arms as you're holding your pole or your rod or anything like that. It doesn't get in the way of striking, it doesn't get in the way of shipping back when you've got it upright like this. But then if you're doing a bit of feeder work or anything like that, what happens is, this bar, the main bar, you can unscrew, and I shall unscrew it as I say right now. And it just unscrews from there, and I'll show you when I do a close-up now in a minute. Inside there is another slot, and it's in here to an angle like that this can screw into. Now you have got to take your time and get it lined up properly, which if you don't, you'll end up cross-threading it. So I'm just going to turn myself around here a minute and put it on my good hand, screw her in like that. And then what that enables you to do, whether you're on your seat box or on a seat, is have it like that. That's the angle. So it can pin straight down behind you to the ground and keep the wind off your back. So as it's pinned back like that, of course it's not going to spin around. If you're feeder fishing or waggler fishing or anything, you've got plenty of room upright to get your rod up and that. This is if it's behind you, and I've got it rather close behind me. You'd have it further back than that. But when you've got that driving rain coming at you from an angle and you want this pinned down, keep all your gear dry, keep you dry especially, and keep you warm and not cold from the breeze, that's brilliant, the way it can just pin at a side angle like that. Inside, it's all really well stitched together, put together. Everything's got Velcro strapping to go around these bars so that they stay in place and they don't try and pop out through the blooming waterproofing. I might leave this open a bit, it might need a bit of drying. I can hear a few creaks and cracks. Let the sun dry it out a bit, even though it's not exactly warm. And what I'll do, I'm just going to leave it like this for a minute, and I shall get the camera and I shall give you a close-up of it so that you can see it. Okay, so here we go. So here's the close-up. There's your normal screw bar. As you say, I've got it as if it'd be at a pin down angle, and that's where it screws in at the side there. Screws in there. As you can see, you've got your solid reinforcement here where it all gets, well, you're going to get a lot of rain basically, keeping it all dry, pinned in and solid. Nice lightweight spokes for your pinnings. Then you've got it where it's, your seams are all reinforced, double stitched to stop them from leaking as well. And then you've got this bit here where it's like Velcro around the bars to keep them protected. stop them from wandering off the line, if you will, and going all over the brolly, especially when you get wind. And then of course, like I say, your ground spike, pick that up off the deck. Very shallow ground spike, but long, so that you can have it at height. As you can see, I mean, that comes, oops, that's a good what, 3 feet high to 1 metre plus, that bar. So yeah, I'm well impressed with it, the quality and everything like that. Like I say, it's got the pinning marks down the bottom there. I don't know if you can see those reinforced hook bits. There's 1, 2, 3 of them with a pin, of which you can, of course, pin it down. If I just pause you a moment, there are the pins for pinning it down to the deck, or the pinning loops, I should say. 1, 2, and then that's it, just the 2 of them there. Okay, pinning it down, and they should be suffice. And then of course, like I say, there's the logo, the Preston logo, and there's your Velcro strap for wrapping it all up at the end. And then in the bag you have a little bag, and in the little bag, it's hard to do when I'm holding it with one hand and the camera in the other at the moment. But yeah, there are your pins for pinning it down. Nice long screw-like pins, and that should get it pinned down at the back for you, no matter what the ground's like, and stop that breeze and wind from getting into you. Also from this side, as you can see, there's your top piece. You could put like a link in there or some string, so you can pin it back with your string. You can see how it's all reinforced, a bit pushed up at the moment just because of how I've got it sat, but you can see how it's all really strong and reinforced there, and I mean that is solid. How you've got the double stitch reinforcement on the outside as well, for where your bars are going to sit. And like I say, for the brolly, for the size of it and the price of it, it's not a bad bit of kit. So that's that. I hope it helps in case it's something you ever need to buy. We'll see how it fares on a long-term run though. Like I say, I've used it a few times, it's done its job, it's kept me dry and stopped me from getting absolutely soaked. So far so good. Well, tight lines on that one, lads. I'll see you on the bank.